Hey, what is up everyone? This is Joshua DD9000 speaking. Here to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day. Today's a very special day. It's the day where we honor all of the fallen soldiers, or fallen anyone basically, who have risked their lives, their lives for the sake of our freedom. And today's the day where we honor those people. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and say that. I have another unboxing. Of course, by the thumbnail, this is Hornby Spencer. I'm really looking forward to this review. So without further ado, let us begin. If you haven't seen my collection video, I do recommend that you do that, because I did mention Spencer, he was in there. Okay, so this packaging is actually quite interesting. We have like this protective clear plastic tray thing, which I don't really think you see it on any other model, except for Murdoch, of course. Here we have a DC decoder sleeve. That's basically like, I believe that this locomotive might be DCC ready. I'm not exactly sure, but I mean, I don't think they would have included this in here if it wasn't. I think all you need is the decoder and you're pretty much good to go. But I'm not gonna make this locomotive DCC because I already have a Hornby locomotive that is DCC, and that is a class 40, of course. But it runs a little weird on this layout, so I think I'm just gonna have this locomotive stay DC for a while. So here is the instruction manual. Always keep these, because you never know when your locomotive is gonna have a problem. I had a problem with Hornby Henry when I came back, and I didn't have the manual, but thankfully I was able to wing it and fix it. So let's get the tender out. Okay. So here it is, Hornby Spencer in the flesh. Wow. What a beautiful locomotive. I have to say, honestly, you know, there are a lot of people who say that Spencer is the best model in the entire Hornby Thomas & Friends series. I would actually have to disagree with that. This Hornby Spencer is really awesome, but it does have its flaws. For starters, there are two funnels, and probably the biggest thing are the wheels. They're supposed to be white or gray or silver, whichever it is, but they're black. And I think that the main reason why it's like this is because this is based off one of those, what is it, A4, A1? I think he's based off an A4. Yeah, he's based off an A4. I just took a quick glance at the instruction manual. Yeah, he's an A4 Pacific, and that's usually what Hornby does. They try to make their engines as realistic as possible, and by doing that, they sort of base them off of previous locomotives that they already have in the range. That's proven to be a positive and a negative in some ways, but mostly negative, but because the Hornby Thomas range is currently no more. But I'd still say that this Spencer locomotive is awesome. There is a Bachmann Spencer. Here's a picture of it. And quite honestly, I think the Hornby Spencer is a lot better, because I think that the Bachmann Spencer is kind of disproportionate. I think this has a lot to do with the moving eye mechanism. I'm not going to go into too much detail. You could always watch Simierski's review of Hornby Spencer if you want more information. He has sprung buffers right there, front and back. His tender has 4 wheels, and I was really interesting to see how the last wheel right here, it's sort of like, it's kind of like its own bogey, because like it twists. It twists because if it just had 4 wheels that were just completely built on the same, I guess, not axle, but if they were all just like still, then there would be derailments. Moving the tender back, we have some in-cab detail. Hopefully the lighting doesn't make it too hard for you to see. There's also a lot of good tender detail. This locomotive is loco driven, which is another thing that I like, unlike the other Hornby locomotives. That face is pretty good. So yeah, I was really surprised. There's no front coupler for this locomotive. It doesn't come with a front coupler. I'm not sure why. I think because the other Mallards never really had front couplers. So that was pretty interesting. I think, and besides, Spencer mostly pulls express trains and VIP, so shunting isn't really something that he does. I guess he could do it on the island of Soda if he had bad behavior. I actually want to take a quick look at the other side because the wheel, or I guess the side rod configuration is actually quite different. Just turn this around. Is it different? Maybe take a look on the other side. No, wait, it is. Okay, if you look closely, I'll zoom in. You notice there's like an extra, I guess, piston or side rod that moves right here. Like right there. But on the other side, there isn't one. I thought that's just really weird. Really bizarre. It's like Hornby really does go out of their way to making these locomotives as realistic as possible. So yeah. There's a little bit of history on this model. It was first released in 2008, which I think may have been the same time as the Bachmann Spencer, but Hornby shortly discontinued it afterwards, and I think there was a lot of disapproval with that, so they brought him back in 2012 with a limited edition of 1,000, similar to that Hornby Thomas. This is the 2008 version, and the main reason you can tell, not just simply because of the packaging, but because of the silver hand rods. The 2012 version has the black ones. So yeah, that's basically it. Let's go ahead and give them a quick run. I have 6 coaches. One of them's a male one, because I think that's how they did it. So let's go ahead and hook them up. Whoop, hold on. The tender was not completely on the tracks. I'll move the camera back some. So right now Spencer's kind of at a very low, casual speed. He's a very smooth runner, very quiet, which is another thing that I like about him. Spencer, surprisingly, is really not that fast, and I'm going to put him at his full speed right now, so you can kind of get an idea. I guess that's kind of fast, but definitely not as fast as my other locomotives. The Bachmann Spencer, I believe, is actually faster than the Hornby one. But I don't really think that Hornby was really looking for speed when they made this. I think it was mostly about style and real-life accuracy. So yeah. Alright, so what do you think? Drop a comment below. I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts on this quite interesting locomotive. I guess I might as well go ahead and mention that Spencer does have his set of coaches, not just for Hornby, but also for Bachmann. He has one special coach and two special coaches for the Hornby one. One of them's a composite coach and the other one's a brake coach, but they're quite rare and hard to get. I think I'm going to try to get at least 3 of them. Probably just 3 coaches. A 3-coach rake. I think that's quite reasonable. Oh yes, I mentioned before that I don't think that Spencer is the best locomotive in the range. The reason why I said that is because he's not completely accurate to the actual character. I think Hornby Murdoch and Stephanie do a better job at this. I think those two are definitely a contender for the best models within the Hornby Thomas & Friends range. But other than that, that's it. Yeah, this is Joshua DD9000 signing off, saying goodbye, and as always, thank you for watching. Oh, and stay tuned for the other reviews, because they are coming soon.